Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Carl. I'm a recovery coach here at Catholic Recovery Center. Um, Today is our all recovery meeting, and the topic we have here is supporting those in recovery during the holidays. So, the holidays are coming up. Not all households, but a lot of households are, people that drink and people that use. So it can be tough times for a recovery addict to be in that atmosphere of people drinking and doing what they do during the holidays. So some of these are key points. Yeah. Some of the key points of this article is for the 21 million Americans in recovery, the holidays may be particularly challenging time to navigate. Social norms often promote association between celebratory events and alcohol consumption, which includes holidays, festives. We can make international decisions to support our community members in recovery as we navigate the holiday season. There are many things to consider as we approach the holiday season. Travel plans, meal preparation, gatherings with loved ones. Yet, one consideration that may not be at the forefront of people's minds is how to support our friends and family and community members who are in recovery from addiction. Social norms often associate celebratory events. What is it? Celebratory. Thank you. Events with the consumption of alcohol. Research from the United Kingdom reveals that individuals who drink alcohol consume about 23% more units per week around special occasions. Bellies, oh, I don't know what that is. Therefore, the holidays, festivals may be particularly challenging to navigate for those who are in recovery from alcohol and other drugs. So I talked to somebody the other day, like Thanksgiving and stuff like that. There's alcohol people have and stuff like that, and they're like worried about it. They because they're recovering from alcohol and drugs. And they have to be around that. And I was like, well, if you feel some type of way, or if you had that urge or that thought, you have a choice, or you have the opportunity just to leave. You say you can just make up something. You don't have to tell your friends and family, like, hey, what's really going on. You say, hey, I have other things to do, to leave that environment. You don't have to stay in that and then have an opportunity to drink, then you're like stuck in a bad spot. So it can be tough for some people, and especially during the holidays. So the next one is, would you like to read the next one?
Yeah. How many people are in recovery? According to recent data, approximately 21 million American adults are in recovery from alcohol and other drug addictions. Furthermore, there is an estimated 1,438,253 people in Alcoholics Anonymous, AA, a support group for those who desire to stop drinking, in the United States, AA, General Service Office 2020. These data suggest that most people know someone who is abstaining from alcohol and other drugs. In addition, chemical addiction is more prevalent than many may think. Over 11% of U.S. adults, 29.2 million, report that they have ever had a problem with substances. Thus, in addition to those in recovery, it is likely that most Americans know someone who's struggling with their use of alcohol or drugs.
Yes.
What's the statistic? Isn't it like 1 in every 3 people or
I don't know. When I was in treatment, there's like
10.
all statistics, and people have their opinions and stuff like that. Because like I remember a lot of people can hear, especially me, like when I'm in treatment, like 1 out of 10 people are going to stay clean and sober.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
right.
You ever heard that before?
Or it's like 2% of heroin addicts actually stay clean for the rest of
Yeah,
their life.
I don't pay attention to that stuff. You know what I mean? I try to,
Right.
for me, I keep the focus on what I gotta do and stuff like that, because that can discourage somebody.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? 1 out of 10, that's, that's not, or whatever the case may be,
Right.
not a big percentage. You know what I mean? So that can discourage you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I try not to focus on that. I heard that one time when I was in treatment. I was like, okay.
Right.
It didn't really bother me too much.
Yeah.
There's something I was gonna say. Let's see here. So, like, it talks about AA, it could be NA, or some type of support group. And the great thing is, like during the holidays, these meetings and support groups are open. I mean, they are open on holidays. It doesn't matter what day it is. So you can go to a meeting on holidays if you have like I won't say a bad holiday, but if you feel like drinking or using, what I mean, you have a place to go. Support groups are very important. Not just in holidays. I think all year round. But yeah, it says how many people are in recovery. You can't really put an exact number on it, because you say when you are in recovery. I can't say you're in recovery. I can't say this person's not in recovery because you say when you are in recovery. And that can look like all different types for everybody. All right. So this touches on substance use during COVID-19. I think this is important for a lot, right? In light of COVID-19 pandemic, substance use may be even higher than previous years. So it's talking about it's higher. And I can see that because everybody's locked down. You can't do anything. The world was in chaos. So I get it when it was higher. Let's see. There has been an increase of alcohol sales in the U.S. from the March to September months of 2020, suggested more at-home alcohol consumption during the pandemic. Additionally, to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC reported that 13.3% of Americans adults increased or started using substance as a means of coping with stress during the pandemic. Thus, this year in particular, there are many more individuals struggling with alcohol and other drug consumptions during the holiday seasons. So I think, it was a big problem even before COVID, but like it's even a bigger problem since COVID, because it does add a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress. Just my personal experience, like I didn't think about using drugs or alcohol, but it was a bad moment for me because I'm in recovery myself, and everybody I knew didn't get COVID, didn't have COVID yet. I was still doing meetings online. I was still talking to my sponsor, and me and my girlfriend was like the first ones to get COVID in our circle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and you always heard people getting COVID and dying from it. So it was yeah, it was a crucial part for me in my recovery, man, because I would start having panic attacks. I would break down and cry. I didn't know because it was so bad. That thought of man, I'm really gonna die. You know what I mean? But overall, it was just being sick. But at first, it's people getting COVID. It was a real big thing, and people were gonna die. It is a big thing, but it wasn't big as people were just getting and dying from it.
I don't really remember COVID all that much. I was just, as soon as COVID started, I just, ripped and ran.
So you were probably
Because I was in high school. It was my last few months of high school that COVID hit, because it hit in March and I was supposed to graduate in June. And I remember getting a call saying school was out, we're not coming back, and I just, took that.
But was you don't mind me asking, was you using or dabbing before COVID? You just went off the deep end.
Yeah, I think I was just doing pills at that time. Not that it matters, but in high school, I was just messing with Xanax and perks and all that stuff. But I swear, almost I remember before it goes all black. I got the call, wasn't going back to school, so in my mind, I'm oh my God, I'm free. I can do whatever I want. I don't have to go to school. And then I started doing hard shit, probably that week.
Yeah.
It was
0 to 100 real quick.
Yeah.
And it's tough times. It was a tough time for everybody, but I think I don't want in any way to interpret this the wrong way, but I can see if people were people were in recovery, but were doing the bare minimum, or just doing this, but not doing this, they're on their last leg of recovery and stuff like that. It died people off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you didn't have a strong structure and a network of people, and if you didn't have a good foundation, COVID took a lot of things out, and thank God I just stayed stuck, and I was just man, I gotta live my life regardless of what's going on. You know what I mean?
Loki, it was nice looking back, because I wouldn't have passed high school if I didn't COVID didn't happen. because with the COVID thing, specifically for people who were graduating that year, they
Yeah,
couldn't fail you.
no,
And I was
there's
on
no
the
way.
road to failing. So in a way, like I'm
So it was
happy that-
like a
yeah,
pro and a
blessing in
con.
disguise. Yeah. Yeah.
The next one here is,
I can read it.
you can read it?
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Practical ways to support those in recovery during the holidays. Responses to the holidays are as varied as the numbers of individuals who experience them. Some face grief and loneliness more acute this time of year, while others experience more joy and peace. Most individuals will encounter an amalgam, whatever that is.
What is that? And now, I don't know.
Amalgam,
Pass over
whatever, of emotions, including stress, happiness, melancholy, excitement, loneliness, and hope. These varied and pronounced emotional experiences, coupled with the change in daily routines and plethora of holiday parties, may pose challenges to those in recovery from addiction. However, we can make intentional decisions to support our community members in recovery as we navigate the holiday seasons. Here are a few practical examples. One, be cognizant
Consonant? Sorry.
that may individuals choose not to consume alcohol and should refrain from asking them why. No one should feel obligated to explain their reasons for abstaining from alcohol use, and asking about the behavior sends the message that it is atypical, odd, or curious.
I'll go to number 2. Ensure that there are alcohol-free beverages options at holiday events that are as visible as alcohol beverages. The prominent placement of both alcoholic and non-alcohol beverages communicates that either option is equal or acceptable. 3, when possible, confine and all alcoholic beverages to one area in home or holiday party. No alcohol cues are available.
4, respect individuals' limits and boundaries around their alcohol consumption. If you offer a guest a drink and they say, no, thank you, I better not, respect their limits without asking multiple times or trying to persuade them to drink.
Mhm.
Michael K. Skimmett, an associate professor at Betty Ford Graduate School of Addiction Studies, noted, it is hard when others don't consider or respect the boundaries an individual puts in place around alcohol. They may have good intentions of wanting people to be merry and have a good time, but fun and enjoyment can look differently for different people. And for many, a good time does not involve alcohol.
Number 5, host alcohol-free events during the holiday season. Although social norms may associate holidays with alcohol consumption, this does not need to continue to be the standard. Alcohol-free events can be a welcome change for many and a time for all guests to enjoy the benefits of non-substance related rewards. Conversations with friends, good food, recreational activities, spiritual practices, music, humor. Check in on one of your friends who are in recovery over the holidays. For some people, the holiday season can be isolating and challenging as normal routines are disrupted, and a phone call, text, or visit to let someone in recovery know you are thinking about them could be welcome encouragement. I like stop here for a second. Is like you can host like non-alcoholic events. You know what I mean? So like people in recovery, like people like I know and my family and friends that know I'm in recovery, they respect that.
Mhm.
You know, you gotta have them boundaries of because some people know you're in recovery, but they don't really understand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what it says like offering somebody a drink because some people can think like addiction is just like the drug aspect and not the alcohol aspect. So it's like, oh, they can maybe drink or here's a drink, but they really don't understand. You know what I mean? Sometimes the addict themselves don't understand
I've
that.
heard to myself so many times, I can't just drink.
We can we think we can do this, but we can't do that. You know what I mean? But hey, listen, it's a little a learning experience, right? So like I learned from my experience of I can't use anything. I can't have a drink. I can't have a sip. I can't have this. It is what it is. And like it took time to like fully accept and surrender. Like I can't use anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that today. You know what I mean? The recovery process has taught me like that's okay. You know
I was gonna say, like, for the number 5 where it says, where you just said to host alcohol-free events, Like before, when I would I was trying to get sober like these past few years, I would hate that like my mom, because a lot of people in my family are in recovery, and I would hate that they would like purposely throw parties and like make it known like alcohol free. I would just drive me nuts. Like I would be like, I don't want to like stand out. No, like I don't want everyone to know like I can't drink, you know. So I
Right.
used to get annoyed by it, but now I'm like annoyed like. So, for example, my cousin just threw a gingerbread making like party at her house.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, and I wanted to bring my niece, but she had told me that there was gonna be alcohol and stuff there. I'm like, well, I don't want to bring my niece if like, you know, I know you're gonna, because they drink to drink, you know. And
Gotcha.
I'm like, I'm not gonna bring my niece. Like, I don't understand why you would even have alcohol at a gingerbread making thing. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. But and sometimes I look back, I'm like, wow, the old me would have been like, hell yeah, like, you know. But now I'm like, I just don't understand the point of having alcohol sometimes, you know.
It may be, that might not be wrong, but it might be a little bit of jealousy of like people. There's some people that can drink
I'm definitely jealous sometimes. Too, yeah.
and be that. I don't know if that's the case or not, but like some people can drink and put it down.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Occasionally drink and stuff like that. But like I have to accept and surrender like, well, they can do it, but I can't. You know
Right,
what I mean?
yeah.
And I have to be okay with that.
Mhm.
And like that takes time. That takes time to be okay with other people. I don't put myself in situations that people that are like partying and stuff like that, but like there's events that people do drink. Like I go to concerts and stuff like that, and people are drinking.
I'm not ready for a concert yet.
People, right? So that's what I'm
No.
saying. There's different points in your recovery that you know what's good for you and what's not good for you, right? So like,
I was in like a few situations this past week that I was just like, I thought I was like, I don't know if I was on a pink cloud, that's what they call it. It was just like everything's great, like I'm not triggered by anything. But like this past week, like going to Costa Rica,
Mhm.
that was triggering. Not triggering, but like it was hard not to drink and like smoke weed and like
you're on vacation.
right,
So
yeah.
that's
Thank God
the
my mom
norm.
was there. But like even with this gingerbread, I still went. I didn't bring my niece. I still went. They were all drunk. You know, it was like hard. Like, and I hadn't been jealous in a while. I'm coming up on a month and a half sober
Congratulations, that's awesome, man.
from hard drugs.
Yeah.
I did slip up. I did drink like last month. I have a month and a half. November 2nd is my clean date. But yeah, this past week has been rough. Like looking with
Yeah.
that, like the drinking and like smoking weed. 'Cause
Well,
my
at least
family-
you
yeah.
know that it's okay. You just feel like that because you're an addict. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, it's okay to have thoughts about using and drinking. Like, I still have drug dreams
I just
almost every night. I got, I tried to toot my own horn, but I got like a little over 5 years, and I have them every night.
So what year did you get clean?
2018.
18. Oh wow.
Yup, and like it just, I don't know what it is. It just happened. It's just part of who we are, and it just like, I have to accept. Thank God I don't wake up and want to use though.
Right.
You know what I mean? I have the dreams and I let them go.
Yeah.
So it's just normal stuff that happens to us. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And it just takes time to deal with it better. You know what I mean? Like at least you acknowledge like you have these thoughts or like it's hard to be around and you have the choice to like exclude yourself,
Yeah.
Maybe you can walk away, you can go do something else. You can,
Yeah, like when you said in the beginning, like always have a way out. Like not necessarily having a car. Like because when I went to the gingerbread thing, I was dropped off. But looking back, I wish I would have went home, grabbed my car first, and then went so that I could have left whenever. But I had to wait so I could find an Uber. Like I went for an Uber.
and
So,
we
yeah.
was talking about that. I think the other article I had, like having things set up, so it's like if you're just like you were talking about, having an exit plan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you didn't have a car. So next time maybe you think about like a little plan of like I got this is gonna go on. I have my car, I can leave at any time, stuff like that. So it makes it more comfortable for you,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was an article out there. I don't know if it was like last week or whatever, but it's like preparing and having an exit plan because things like this happens during the holidays. You know what I mean? If you didn't have like a car to leave, you're like stuck.
Yeah.
You know what I
Right.
mean? So then like it's gonna be harder for you to stay away from drinking,
Mhm.
And you know what? Especially like not just using drugs and alcohol during the holidays, right? Is like, we grieve over people that we lost. Like we have like our families and friends that are not here. So it can be, it's a good time, but it can be a tough time for, I think, like a lot of us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we have the good and the bad. But like, during the holidays, some things happen during the holidays, man, that's really tough.
I don't even think it's like the holidays itself, like Christmas. I think like personally, it's the time change too, like how it's dark at like 5 or
Yeah.
like even 4:30 in the afternoon. Like I don't know if I get like the seasonal depression, so you call it, but like I do notice like this time, like
Mood
this time of
changes and
year,
stuff
like I
like
get
that.
significantly more like lazy. Like I don't want like just depressed. Really, I'm not like depressed, but like it does
More down.
more
what's that,
down,
maybe,
yeah. And I'm like this year, I finally realizing I'm like I really think it's the time change and how
Could
it's
be.
dark. Like because I do have a vitamin D
Did you see?
yeah deficiency.
Yep.
So I don't know if that has to do with it. I was just talking to my mom about this, and like, yeah, I think it's that.
But now you can think about it. You're recognizing your awareness and stuff like that. So it's like, oh, it's that time of this year again. You
Yeah, so
know
I
what I
know
mean?
it's just the time. Yeah.
Right. So it's like,
Yeah, my awareness is crazy right now. I'm like realizing all these things and
yeah, that's
so
good
it's so
now.
brain.
That's good to
Yeah.
you end up finding out like who you are.
Yeah.
What you stand for, what you like in life, what you don't like in life, and what you're going like your morals, your values, stuff like that makes a human being. You know what I mean? So we don't have to mask our emotions and feelings and how we think. All that stuff with drugs and alcohol. Only thing that does is cause more harm.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And this last part is being mindful of the experience of those in recovery, making an initial decision to create welcoming environments in one's way we can support our friends and family who are abstaining from alcohol and other drugs this holiday season. Moreover, as the public awareness about the disease of addiction increases, the less stigmatized it will be, and the more openly your society will celebrate recovery. Yeah, it's like I'm happy to be in recovery. Like I'm happy that I'm not down by drugs and alcohol. Like I don't have to drink and use to like have fun, or I had to have it because I was physically dependent on it. If I didn't have it, then I was sick. You know what I mean? And like the freedom comes from like not using and not being a slave to it is like it's awesome. Like I don't have to use and you drink to have a good life. That's what I thought. I always had to have something,
Right.
something. But yeah, the holidays. I figured like Christmas is coming up. People are gonna be drinking. People are gonna be enjoying their whatever they're doing. You know what I mean? But like knowing yourself and you can't do that. But you can still have a good Christmas and still have good holidays.
Yeah.
I see.
Personally, oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Personally, I'm not like this early in my recovery. At least I'm not going to hang out with people who don't know. Like I'm not going to go out and hang out with people I used to party with.
Yeah.
And, like I stick to a close circle right now, and in my circle, like they know they wouldn't even ask me to drink or like 'cause
People, places, and things is really
Yeah.
big. In early recovery,
I used to
it's
hate that,
out
but
there.
it is.
Yeah, it's true. Like you have to go off your experience. Like I already did this,
Mhm.
didn't work out that way. Hung out with these people, didn't work out that way. I was hanging around this place, didn't work. You know what I mean? So you see yourself as like, all right, well, I can't do this, but now I have to stay in this solution of doing this.
Yeah.
And
I'm big on like you are your environment. Like I used to hate that too. I used to hate everything. So I swear, I just used to hate everything. But like I do realize now, like looking back, like if you're hanging out with a crackhead, like even if you're not smoking crack, like you look like a crackhead for hanging out with crack. You know what I mean? Like
my grandpa used to tell me, he said, you start to become who you hang around. You know what I mean? So it's like that's true because all the people I was hanging around, it was starting trouble, using, and it was just bad kids, and that's who I became.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying that's always the case, but like you do come product of your environment for
Yeah.
sure. We talk about that all the time. Like, you have a better, way better chance of excluding yourself from all that. You know what I mean? You have to give yourself a chance to like, have a better life. And you can't hang out with people, places, and things that's not good
Yep.
and toxic for you. you know, and that's like family, relationships, just everything, you know, goes along with it. You just can't do certain things.
Yeah, I tried so many times to like get clean and still talk to those people or like still, be there for them because I thought they were like my friends.
Yeah,
But like I don't even take like certain roads in Millville. I won't go down Vine Street just because it'll spark up like certain things.
Yeah.
Like, I created like a whole new Instagram, Snapchat.
but it's okay
And I had
though.
like 20
See, you have
followers. Yeah,
to
that's great. And I'm
be
like,
accepted. You have to, you know, embrace that. Like,
yeah.
that I had to do the same thing.
Mhm.
I don't walk around town. I don't go to certain Wawas. I don't go to certain
Right.
stores. Still to this day, you know, because I know myself. You start to know and recognize these things, and the more you do them, the more comfortable you get, and it just becomes a norm after a while.
Yeah.
You know. So that was our meeting for the day. That was our all recovery meeting, supporting those in recovery during the holidays. I know the holidays can be tough, but you stay clean and sober, you can enjoy life, you can enjoy the holidays. I was one person that you didn't want to be around during the holidays because I was wrecking everything, but you know, it don't have to be like that today. Christina, thanks for showing up. Thank you, Allie,
Thank
for coming. Until next time, we'll see you later.